Sutra. At that time, the four heavenly kings rose from their seats, put their palms together respectfully, and said to the Buddha, World Honored One, Earth's Lord Bodhisattva has been making such great vows from distant eons past until now. Why is it that even now he has not yet finished taking beings across? Why does he continue to renew his vast and mighty vows? Please, World Honored One, explain that for us. Commentary. At that time, when Samadhi self-mastery King Bodhisattva respectfully bowed, withdrew to sit down on the side, the four heavenly kings who live halfway up Mount Sumeru, surrounded by the 7 gems of gold, silver, lapis lazuli, crystal, carnelian, red pearls, and agate. The city built with these 7 gems is 42,000 yonas tall, surrounded by 7 rows of trees, 7 layers of nets, and 7 rows of fences in an adorned fashion. The 4 heavenly kings are the heavenly king of the east, the heavenly king of the south, the heavenly king of the north, and the heavenly king of the west. The heavenly king of the east is named the Cha, which means the heavenly king who guards nations. He protects all beings and nations. He has 99 sons, all named Indras. Some of the ghosts and spirits that he leads are fragrant spirits, while some are odor ghosts. Who are the fragrant spirits? They are the Gandharvas among the eightfold division of ghosts and spirits. On his head is a horn. He runs towards any place where there is some nice scent because he enjoys fragrances. The Dread Emperor is King Indra, who burns a type of chandana incense so that when Gandharvas arrive, the Dread Emperor will order him to make music. Since the Dread Emperor is still in the 6 desire heavens and not yet left the state of the 5 sense objects, so he makes Gandharva play music for him. These music spirits of the Dread Emperor are also fragrance spirits. The heavenly king who upholds nations also leads other ghosts that have a stench about them. They are called Putanas, who are also in the Shuragama Mantra. His capability or spiritual power is to release a stench so that he smells it everywhere he is. The southern heavenly king's Sanskrit name is Vidaka, which means growth. He makes living beings gurus grow. He also has 99 sons, all named Indras. Each of these 4 great heavenly kings has 99 sons, all of whom are named Indras. All 396 of them are by the same name. Heavenly King Growth of the South also command most ghosts and spirits, among which there is a type called distant ghosts and another type called nearby ghosts. What are distant ghosts? They stay far away from people. What are nearby ghosts? They enjoy being people's ancestors and go to families to become their ancestors. What are distant ghosts called? They are the Kumbhadas in the Shuragama Mantra. What do Kumbhadas look like? They look like a large frog with no head or feet. It is thick and round so that you cannot even see its head or feet. Since it stays far away from people, it does not like to be close to people. Hence, it is called a distant ghost. There is another kind of ghost called Breta, which is also named in the Shuragama Mantra. This type of ghost enjoys going into families with ancestral blocks and being the family's ancestor. This type of ghost enjoys being close to people, so they are called nearby ghosts. The heavenly king of the west has a Sanskrit name Visa, which means various languages. He knows how to speak any language. He also has a title called Vasai's Heavenly King. He also leads some ghosts, which ones? They are pisacas that eat essences. They are also insanity ghosts because they make people insane. This type of ghost is people's essences where intercourse occurs. They go to those places to eat this kind of impurities. If Pisasa ghosts make people sick, then people do not know anything, but have to stay in an insane asylum. Actually, victims of these ghosts will not be cured easily of this illness, even if they were to stay at an insane asylum. The Heavenly King of the West also leads venomous dragons. You are shot with its poison as soon as it looks at you. You are shot with its poison as soon as you hear its sounds. You are shot with its poison if you have any contact with it, and you are shot with its poison as soon as you smell it. The Heavenly King of the West leads these two types of ghosts and spirits. He is in charge of these two. The Heavenly King of the North is the leader among the four Heavenly Kings. The other three Heavenly Kings must obey his command. The Heavenly King of the North also governs ghosts and spirits. Which ghosts? He is in charge of Yaksha ghosts and Rakshasa ghosts. There are many types of Yakshas. Some walk on land, some travel in air, and some are in the sky. Yakshas are also called speedy ghosts, which means that they run real fast, which is about the same as the speed of light. Hence, their name, speedy ghosts. Rakshasa ghosts are scary ghosts that very evil. The four Heavenly Kings govern these ghosts and spirits of the world. They go to the Heavenly King of the North for meetings. The Heavenly King of the North is called Vaina, which means the Heavenly King of erudition. Since he knows many things, the other three Heavenly Kings must listen to his orders. They will do what he tells them to do. Now, these four Heavenly Kings rose from their seats originally. Everyone was listening to the Amitabha Sutra together. Now they all get up from their seats. They put their palms together respectfully and said to the Buddha, World Honored One, Lord Bodhisattva has been making such great vows as described above from distant years past until now. Why is it that even now he has not yet finished taking beings across? Why does he continue to renew his vast and mighty vows? Please, World Honored One, explain that for those of us in this assembly. Sutra. The Buddha told the four Heavenly Kings, Excellent, excellent. Now, to benefit you and to extend that benefit to people and gods of the present and future, I will speak about how Earth-star Bodhisattva, out of compassion and pity, uses expedient devices within the paths of birth and death in Jabudvipa, in the South world to rescue, take across, and liberate beings who are undergoing suffering to their offenses. The four Heavenly Kings replied, Please, World Honored One, we would like to hear about his work. Commentary. The Buddha told the four Heavenly Kings, Excellent, excellent. Requests. Now, to benefit you, to extend that benefit to people and gods, all beings include those in the house, hungry ghosts and animals of the present and future. I, Shakyamuni Buddha, will speak about how Earth-star Bodhisattva, out of compassion and pity, uses expedient devices within the paths of birth and death in the six paths of transmigration in Jabudvipa in the South world to rescue, take across, and liberate all beings who are undergoing suffering for their offenses. He rescues all suffering beings with offenses. The four heavenly kings replied, upon hearing Shakyamuni Buddha, please, World Honored One, we would like to hear about his work. Yes, World Honored One, we would very much enjoy hearing the Buddha's instructions. Sutra. The Buddha told the four heavenly kings, from this generation's past up to the present, Lord Bodhisattva has been rescuing and liberating beings. Since his vows are still not fulfilled, he continues with compassion and sympathy to help beings suffering for their offenses in this world. Moreover, he sees the ceaseless tangle of their causes and its causes extending on through infinite future eons. Because of that, he renews his vows. Thus, in this world on the continent of Jambudvipa, this Bodhisattva teaches and transforms beings by means of millions of expedient devices. Commentary. The Buddha told the four heavenly kings from this generation's past up to the present, Lord Bodhisattva has been rescuing and liberating beings in the six paths. Since his vows are still not fulfilled, he continues with compassion and sympathy to help beings suffering for their offenses in this world. Moreover, he sees the ceaseless tangle of their causes extending on through infinite future eons. The spreading weeds that grow more and more each year represents our karma that increases in each life the way weeds grow endlessly. Because of that, he renews his vows. Thus, in this world, on the continent of Jambudvipa, this Bodhisattva, Lord, teaches and transforms beings by means of millions of billions of expedient devices. The ceaseless tangle is like the bit of karma we create in this lifetime, then a bit more karma in the next life. Our karma increases and becomes more serious day by day. Our offense karma is similar to this ceaseless tangle. Since your offense karma becomes heavier each day, your virtuous conduct becomes less each day. We cannot become Buddhas with little or no virtue. We will become ghosts if we have karmic obstructions. How do Buddhas become Buddhas? They are perfected with the myriad virtues. How do ghosts become ghosts? Then, when filled with myriad sources of evil karma, they become ghosts. Some ignorant individuals claim there are no ghosts, words which are worse than those uttered by children. Children will believe this idea if you explain it. However, people who fight ghosts and spirits incredulous claim there are no ghosts. Without ghosts, there are no Buddhas. Ghosts and Buddhas are two sides of the same coin. Turn it over and it is the Buddha. Let alone and it is a ghost. Let it alone and it is a ghost. People are between being turned and not turned. Were we average, we would just be people. Were our evil karma more serious, we would become ghosts. Nothing here is to be doubted. Sutra. Oh, four heavenly kings to kill us. Lord Bodhisattva says that short lifespans will be the retribution. So robbers. He says that poverty and acute suffering will be the retribution to those who indulge in improper sex. He says that rebirth as pigeons or as the mandarin drakes or ducks will be the retribution. To those who use a harsh speech, he says that quarreling families will be the retribution. Commentary. The Buddha called out, "Oh, four heavenly kings, were he to encounter would-be killers." Lord Bodhisattva says to them that short lifespans will be the retribution. He explains that those who enjoy killing in this lifetime and will experience many illness or short lives in future lives. How come their lives will be short, having taken lives in the past so that the victims live a short life? Consequently, the lives of killers will be short. So robbers and thieves, Bodhisattva says that poverty and acute suffering will be the retribution. What does robbing and stealing mean? Stealing means taking without letting anyone see. Robbing means taking someone else's belongings without their knowing. When a Bodhisattva encounters people who like to steal and rob things, what does he say to them? He talks about the retribution of poverty and acute suffering. He explains that if you steal people's valuables now so that they become poor, then you will also become poor in future lives. See all those poor people who do not have anything to eat or wear because they experience retribution from stealing other people's goods or money in past lives. This is the reason why people are poor now. The more you steal, the poorer you become. The more you're afraid of having nothing, the more likely you will have nothing. A Bodhisattva tells these people about the retribution of poverty and acute suffering. Poverty is one of the worst miseries. So those who indulge in improper sex, he says that rebirth as pigeons or as a mandarin drakes or ducks will be the retribution. If you were to meet people who enjoy sexual misconduct, which refers to wrong and contemporary pleasures between non-official couples, not between those officially married couples, although it would be best to reduce sexual activity between official married couples too. Do not think that one can be casual and that the act is not an offense if it is with one's official partner. Sexual activity deludes people. The more sexual activity, the more deluded we are, so that we do not have a light about us. Why is there a light about you? There is a light about you because you do not engage in sexual activity, which leads to real wisdom. Engaging in sexual misconduct, improper sexual activity between men and women is a transgression of the precepts. What retribution does he tell these people? He explains the retribution of becoming pigeons or mandarin ducks, foals in future lives. Sparrows and pigeons are very licentious. Pigeons will give birth to a nest full of title pigeons. Most foals procreate with males on top of females. Pigeons are different in that females are on top. They are so licentious that they give birth to a nest full of little pigeons. Mandarin drakes or ducks are very emotional. Males and females are together whether they are on land or in the land. They are inseparable. Although these foals are considered free, it is still bad because they are animals. People who enjoy sexual misconduct will be reborn as sparrows, pigeons, and mandarin drakes or ducks or the like. So those who use harsh speech or who enjoy scolding others, including divisive speech, frivolous speech, and lies, he says that quarreling families will be the retribution. He tells them that they will not get along and will always quarrel with their future retinues.